Hello and welcome to Car Throttle. My name's Alex and today I want to talk to you about the evolution of a car that's been sold over 35 million times. I am of course talking about the Volkswagen Golf, or the VW Golf, pronounced properly. Now before we dive in, did you know that the name Golf actually derives from the word Gulf, as in the Gulf Stream? Yeah. You did? Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. The year is 1974 and the Beetle needs a successor. Enter stage left the VW Golf that's styled by Giorgetto Giugiaro's Ital design and that takes all the Beetle ingredients, tears them up and chucks them in the skip. Rear-engined rear-wheel drive becomes front-engined front-wheel drive. Air-cooled evolves into water-cooled and round soft lines transform into hard angles. Because boxy is beautiful. Outside, the C-pillars are upright, the headlights protrude downwards, and the grille is made to be horizontal and slim, a feature that still remains to this day. Under the bonnet, engine choices range from 1.1 petrols to the 1.6-litre GTI, and the later 1.8 112 horsepower GTI, with the option of naturally aspirated diesels and the range-topping GTD that features a Garrett turbocharger to produce 70 horsepower and 96 pounds-foot of torque. Big. The Mach 1 takes the world by storm, selling 6.99 million cars worldwide, and putting the Golf name at centre stage. In 1983, the new king is born. The second generation Golf follows VW's mantra of "The Golf must remain a Golf," meaning that when you put both cars next to each other and squint a bit, you'd think they're the same car. The Golf's new design cues are subtle and include taillights that are higher up, a slightly more rounded body and bigger dimensions overall. In fact, compared to a similar Mark 1, the Mark 2 is now around 120 kilograms heavier, while also being more aerodynamic and better to drive in every respect. The technology is better too, with ABS, power steering, a catalytic converter, and an all-wheel drive version called the Synchro becoming available. Oh my god, the Synchro. Don't get me started on that. Under the bonnet, VW spices the engine lineup with a 140 horsepower 16-valve GTI, as well as a supercharged G60 that pumps out 210 horsepower and 186 pounds-foot of torque. 6.3 million Mark IIs are sold, and in 1991, the Mark III is upon us. For the Mark III Golf, VW steps away from hard lines and angular cuts, opting instead for curves and round edges. This was, after all, the 90s, where everybody but me had a Tamagotchi, and where the Backstreet Boys were still cool. The point is, people wanted new design trends, and the Mark III did exactly that, by dragging the boxy but beautiful Golf out of the 80s and into a new and exciting decade. As well as its soft new exterior, the car is also considerably safer, bigger, is available for the first time as an estate, can suddenly be optioned with a multicolored body because 90s, but is still unmistakably a Golf. Under the bonnet, shit gets real too. Along with a 150 horsepower 2-litre GTI, Volkswagen fits the Golf with a new 6-cylinder VR6 that produces up to 190 horsepower and 181 pound-foot of torque. 4.8 million Mark IIIs are sold worldwide before handing the torch to the Mark IV. In 1997, VW releases what will soon become the best-selling car in Europe. Compared with its predecessors, the 4th generation Golf is suddenly way more upmarket with better interiors and higher equipment levels. It's so good in fact that the Pope buys one, and he should know a thing or two about cars because he used to be a motoring journalist. Not many people know that. Anyway, this is also the first time a production Golf is able to hit the 250 km/h mark, thanks to the 3.2-litre R32 that comes to market with 240 horsepower and 236 pounds-foot of torque. In terms of its design, the Mark IV is another subtle Golf evolution with its steep rear, strong C-pillar and long roof, while under the bonnet buyers are given no fewer than 24 engine options, from small run-of-the-mill petrols all the way through to the 155-mile-an-hour R32 and diesel motors with up to 150 horsepower. By 2003, the Golf is in its 5th generation. Christina Aguilera, Maya, Pink and Lil' Kim released Lady Marmalade. Marmalade? 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 Marmalade. iPods also hit the market, and I'm a badass with a haircut to match. The world now craves excitement and sex appeal from the car industry, and VW answers with a more athletic front end and, for the first time, a bonnet that follows the contours of the headlights. Underneath its sporty new body, the Golf gets 4-link rear suspension, extensive chassis tuning, and the option of a 7-speed DSG for the first time in a GTI. The 2-litre GTI engine now produces almost 200 horsepower, making it one of the most capable hot hatches around, while the Edition 30 ups that to nearly 230 horsepower. Meanwhile, the R32 6-cylinder is turned up to 250 horsepower, making it the fastest Golf in the range. Until one day, Karl, Heinz, Jürgen and Klopp remember one thing. Hey Jungs, GTI-Festival gibt's bald. Habt ihr Bock, irgendwas total krasses zu bauen? Du, ich weiß nicht. Ich muss später. Du, ich hab hier einen 6-Liter W12 stehen. Könnt ihr benutzen? Ich hol mal einen Schraubenzieher. The car took just 8 weeks to build, would hit 62 miles an hour in 3.7 seconds and had a top speed of 202 miles an hour. And while it wowed the world, the GTI W12 650 was only ever a concept car and not relevant to this story. I just wanted to tell you about it because it's so cool. With the 6th generation in 2008, the Golf becomes the World Car of the Year. It's now smashing it for safety with its first 5-star Euro NCAP rating, and although it's billed as a new generation, it's more of a re-engineered facelift of the Mach 5. In 2009, engine downsizing means that the 3.2-litre R32 is replaced by the 2-litre Golf R, and despite only 4 cylinders, it pumps out 270 horsepower, 258 pounds-foot of torque, and has a 0 to 62 time of 5.5 seconds. In 2012, the Golf Evolution goes into overdrive. It becomes the first car to be based on the MQB platform, a platform shared with the Audi A3, Seat Leon and Skoda Octavia, meaning that the front wheels are shifted forward to considerably reduce the front overhang. The new cab backward look makes the Golf appear more upmarket, while the car is now 100 kilograms lighter and up to 23% more efficient, and features a new digital display as seen in luxury vehicles. In 2014, the new e-Golf becomes the first electric model in its class, and shortly after, the GTE plug-in hybrid is launched too. But the really big news comes in 2016 with the introduction of the new Gti Clubsport S, that sets a new Nürburgring lap record for a front-wheel drive production car. The 7-minute, 49-second and 21-millisecond lap is a full 1.4 seconds faster than the Civic Type R, leaving the Japanese mega hatch in the corner with a bloody nose. With 6 million Mark 7s having left the assembly line, the all-new 8th generation is revealed in late 2019. And here we are, the present day, with the all-new 8th generation Golf. It's lost its sharp looks, yes. But the real excitement happens inside, because this is a car designed for millennials with super smart horizontal lines and a sexy digital cockpit. The point here is the Golf 8's new tech, which includes lane assist, GPS-guided adaptive cruise control, as well as a larger range of hybrid powertrains. The GTI will be launched later in the year, and the R has been confirmed with 330 horsepower, and manual gearboxes are on the agenda too. And despite VW making a big deal about the electrification of the Golf 8, diesel is not dead. A 2-litre TDI will be available in 2 states of tune, 108 and 148 horsepower, with the GTD arriving at a later date. For more information on the brand new VW Golf, click the link in the description below. And there you have it, the evolution of the Volkswagen Golf. From the bite-sized runabout of the 1970s to the tech fest that is the brand new Golf 8. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have, make sure you subscribe to the Car Throttle channel and check out more videos over there. I'll see you next time. Stay safe.